All right, now US President Donald Trump has stirred up a feud with London's Mayor Sadiq Khan once again by calling him a national disgrace. Now, retweeting a post by right-wing commentator Katie Hopkins about the recent stabbing incidents in London, Donald Trump has said, and I quote him here, "London needs a new mayor as soon as possible. Khan is a disaster, will only get worse." This is what the US president has to say about an incident that's happened within the city of London. Now, in response to Trump's tweets, Khan's spokesman has said that the mayor's thoughts were with the victims' families and he is not, quote-unquote, going to waste time responding to this sort of a tweet. London has been racked by a series of stabbing incidents that have led to the deaths of at least 3 people and injured 3 others. The police have also made 14 arrests so far in relation with these incidents. The Labour Party's leader, Jeremy Corbyn, has also tweeted in support of Sadiq Khan, saying that he was rightly supporting the police to do their job, while Katie Hopkins was spreading hateful and divisive rhetoric. Now, this is not the first time that the two men have been locked in a bitter war of words, and just ahead of Trump's UK visit last month, Sadiq Khan had not minced his words and had said that the United Kingdom must not roll out the red carpet for Donald Trump, for which Trump had responded by saying that the mayor is a stone-cold loser. Meanwhile, the tariff war between the United States and India has escalated. India has now retaliated to US tariffs. It has imposed tariffs on at least 28 different American products that are imported into India. And chief among them is what you're looking at on your screens. Now, the custom duties came into effect today, and this has affected American imports that includes predominantly almonds, walnuts, apples, etc. that are imported into India from the United States. Now, India had delayed hiking tariffs on US goods for well over a year in the hope that the United States would see reason and it would scale back the tariffs it had imposed on Indian goods, but that has not happened. Now, the custom duties will bring India an additional revenue of about $217 million US dollars. Now, the move is, of course, expected to increase the trade tensions between New Delhi and Washington. The highly anticipated decision comes ahead of U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's visit to India, who is expected to be in India later this month. Now, a subsequent meet between U.S. President Donald Trump and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the G20 summit this month is also expected. Remember, the United States recently had also done away with the preferential trade status that India earlier used to enjoy. Now, New Delhi, of course, was the biggest beneficiary of the GSP, or the Generalized System of Preferences, and this scheme had allowed duty-free exports of almost up to $5.6 billion of goods from India to the United States. Now, this facility has now been withdrawn by the United States to India. And the world's biggest economy has also warned India against imposing retaliatory tariffs, although it has now done away with some of the liberties that had been given to India. Now, under the GSP scheme, Indian imports, including auto components, could enter the US without any duties whatsoever. But the tariffs will badly hit American imports of Indian goods into America. And according to the 2018 US Department of Agriculture data, India, believe it or not, is the largest purchaser of American almonds. In fact, India has brought more than half of the US almond exports, worth a whopping $540 million US dollars. Meanwhile, the United States President Donald Trump has time and again accused India of quote-unquote unfair trade practices. He's also branded India as the tariff king. Remember, India had changed its e-commerce rules to favor domestic vendors, and the decision had, of course, affected the businesses of US firms such as Amazon and Walmart, amongst others.